For years now, the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 has been one of the best options for most people looking for an audio interface under $200. And while the 2i2 does provide a lot of value for the money, it's not necessarily right for everyone. In this video, I'll show you what this interface is capable of, and along the way, I'll share some tips to help you decide if it's the right interface for you. I do think the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 is a great fit for most people, and here's why. It's relatively inexpensive, it's reliable, and it's extremely simple to set up. It also has two inputs that can accept mic level, line level, or instrument level, a headphone jack, and two line outputs, which covers the vast majority of use cases. That said, I believe some people would benefit from the Scarlett 4i4, and some might even benefit from a larger interface with more inputs, like the Scarlett 18i20. If you're on the fence, allow me to run through a couple of common scenarios where the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 shines, and you can decide for yourself. If you're a solo musician who plans to record one or two instruments at a time, the 2i2 is probably perfect for you. That's not to say you can't create songs with more than two instruments. You can layer as many instruments as you want. For example, you could record an acoustic guitar with one microphone and sing into a vocal microphone simultaneously. The guitar and vocal signals would even be recorded to separate tracks in your DAW software, allowing for you to control the level and effects independently. You could then go back and record electric guitar overdubs on top of that, either recording your amplifier with a microphone or connecting your guitar directly to the interface using the built-in instrument input and the amp modeling software that comes bundled with the Scarlett interface. In fact, these two inputs on the front of the interface allow you to connect pretty much anything that has an XLR or quarter-inch output, whether it's a bass guitar, a keyboard, or whatever else. One thing you can't connect is a MIDI device with a 5-pin DIN connection. If you need MIDI inputs and outputs, you might consider moving up to the Scarlett 4i4. Personally, I use a USB MIDI keyboard, so it's not really an issue for me. I just connect my MIDI keyboard to my computer directly via USB. If you're trying to record a drum kit or a live band, you might run into some limitations having only two inputs. It's certainly possible to record a drum kit with only one or two microphones. In fact, I've got a whole video about that specifically. But if you can fit it into your budget, the Scarlett 18i20 or the Behringer UMC 1820 are probably better options because they give you the ability to record 8 inputs simultaneously. The Focusrite 2i2 also covers the basic needs of mixing music in the box using the plugins and effects within your DAW. You can mix using headphones or a pair of powered studio monitors. So whether you're layering and mixing your own music or mixing pre-recorded tracks, the outputs built into the Scarlett 2i2 will most likely be sufficient for you. If you have the need to use outboard effects like compressors or reverb, you'll want some extra outputs. For example, the Scarlett 4i4 gives you 2 additional outputs that could be used to run signal out of your computer through the outboard processors and back in through one of the inputs. An interface with extra outputs could also be useful for switching between multiple pairs of studio monitors or for mixing surround sound for film. Again, the vast majority of people will be happy with just 2 outputs, but you'll want to keep these things in mind. If you'll primarily be using the interface for streaming or podcasting, you just need to ask yourself how many microphones you'll need to connect. If it's just one mic for you, or one for you and one for a guest, the Scarlett 2i2 is a great option. Of course, if you want to record or stream more than 2 microphones simultaneously, you'll want to upgrade to something with more mic inputs. Virtually every USB interface on the market is compatible with streaming and teleconferencing platforms, and they're very, very easy to set up. You'll just connect your interface to your computer and select it as the microphone and speaker device within the app that you're using. One of the best things about the Focusrite Scarlett interfaces is that they are so easy to set up. Right inside the box, you'll find a link to an interactive setup guide on the Focusrite website. The guide will walk you step by step through the process of getting your interface up and running for the first time, and the whole process takes only a few minutes. It might seem like this video is sponsored by Focusrite, but it's not. Trust me, I wish it was, but it's not. I've just used the 2i2 for such a long time, and if you're looking for reassurance, I'm here to tell you that it's a good buy, especially if you fit into one of the categories that I've discussed here. And if you're still not sure, I think you'll find the next video that's on your screen now very helpful. I'll see you there.